Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lady. Fuck you, fucked me. Should I put that in the beginning? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Melena Elizabeth. I had to film this intro twice because I fucked up. But today we're back with another video. I'm gonna do my makeup and we're gonna chit chat and we're gonna talk about my labor and delivery story. So I had my daughter on December 3rd. Today is currently Christmas. Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's having a good day. I had a good morning. Like, I love Christmas. It's my favorite holiday. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, happy holidays. You know, I know some people don't celebrate, but we're gonna get started. I wanted to do makeup because I feel like if I just talk to y'all, that'll be a little bit boring. The only place that I'm going is to go see drive-through Christmas lights because my baby is literally, she just turned 3 weeks old yesterday. So she don't have all her shots and she's not going out around people right now. That's just, we're not doing that. He got my baby watching SpongeBob. But yeah, so my house is like very chaotic right now. My dog, we have a dog. I don't think we had one the last time. This is the NYX marshmallow primer. I don't think we had a dog the last time I filmed. The last time I filmed, I posted it, I think right before I gave birth. But I've been recorded that. It just took me forever to edit because towards the end of my pregnancy, I was just very, very tired. And I just really just wanted to stay in bed and just eat. And it was just like, as soon as I woke up, I felt like my day was entirely over. I just wanted to sit in bed and watch TV. So that's really what I did, like the remainder of my pregnancy. But I want to say that I'm back, but with a newborn, it's going to be hard for me to just be like real consistent. But today I was able to get up and do what I got to do. So hopefully I can keep up that momentum and start to give you like, you guys like vlogs and like days of my life and stuff like that. I really, really want to do that. I do want to still do my, house tour because the house is fully done now. It's fully done, but we do need a new dresser. This one, we broke this one, so that one has to go. We have to get a new one, but that's the only thing. The baby's room is all done. Everything is all done. So once we get a new dresser, I don't know when that's gonna be, I'm gonna do a house tour because I did say I was gonna do that and I still haven't done it. And I want to film a postpartum care video for TikTok. And I'm going to give all the good stuff on TikTok. So watch out for that. And then I do still want to do 2 hygiene routines, but I think those will get posted to TikTok, not YouTube. So make sure you follow my TikTok. A light little beat today, nothing too crazy. I gotta do my eyebrows. Where did we start at? Okay. So keep in mind that a lot of this stuff, maybe it was a little blurry to me because I was in so much pain. So I'm gonna try to give you guys like the details, but I might forget some stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna go to the week before because that is important. I feel like I did not know about this. I didn't know this was a thing until my doctor explained it to me. Well, my midwife, I didn't have doctors. She explained it to me. So basically there's such thing as early labor and prodromal labor, which is false labor. And then you have Braxton Hicks. So Braxton Hicks is gonna start like second trimester, in the second trimester to the beginning of your third, or wherever in that area. I had Braxton Hicks for the longest time, so I already knew what my Braxton Hicks felt like. So when I started getting real contractions, I thought they were real contractions, but it was actually false labor, prodromal labor. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I had already experienced the Braxton Hicks, so I knew it wasn't my Braxton Hicks. Come to find out, it was just false labor. And false labor is basically contractions. It's your body getting prepared to go into labor. So if you are experiencing false labor, you're probably going to go into labor very, very shortly. But it's your body just practicing and getting ready. Braxton Hicks, you know the difference because Braxton Hicks just tightens your stomach. But when you having real contractions, it's tightening your stomach, but you also feel it in your lower abdomen, your lower back, and sometimes in your butthole. When you get the real contractions, some people feel it in their butthole. I did. And with false labor, it's not gonna be as consistent and they're going to stop. That's the key point. Your contractions are going to stop when you're in false labor. When you're in real labor, your contractions are going to keep coming. So keep this in mind for the rest of my video. So a week before, I started having these false labor contractions, and I didn't notice what they was. And so I called my midwife. Again, it was overnight. For some reason, my baby was just an overnight baby. Like, she liked to start shit at nighttime. I don't know what that's about, but that's what she did. And she told me to just take a shower because I was in pain. False labor does hurt. Braxton Hicks, they hurt a little bit. But when you start experiencing false labor, they actually do hurt. And that's why it makes you think that you're having, like, contractions. And my back is hurting, and I'm about to get into why my back hurts, too. Because, yeah. So, they was hurting. I called my midwife. And she just told me, like, she asked me how close together they was. And they was 3 to 5 minutes apart or something like that, if I'm remembering correctly. And so, she told me to come into the hospital. But she told me to try to shower first. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna shower first, because I really did not want to go to the hospital and I wasn't in labor for real. I felt like that was just like, I didn't want to be one of them people. So I did not go to the hospital. I took a shower. And when I took a shower, they stopped. So I laid down and I was fine. And I had a doctor's appointment, I think, in 2 days from then or something like that. Went to my doctor's appointment and they gave me a cervix check. And I was only 1 centimeter dilated. So it was dilating me. False labor can dilate you, I believe. But I wasn't in, like, early labor. Early labor is when you, like, you consistently dilating. You consistently getting contractions. Like, your shit is opening up. You getting there. So, cool, whatever. So the whole week, I did not experience any more of those false labor contractions, like, at all. And so December 2nd, which was a Saturday, December 2nd comes, 12 in the morning. I started getting contractions again. So I'm like, all right, this happened to me before. I'm not thinking nothing of it. Mind you, when I had them first false labors, I was 38 weeks because I was on a weekend too. And then that next week, I was 39 weeks. Keep that in mind. So my mom had came down before that to help us get everything together. She came down at the perfect time, help us get everything together. House was all together for the baby. We was ready. And at this point, I'm ready to give birth. I was just tired. And so 38 weeks comes along and I get these contractions at 12 in the morning. I start timing them because they were coming, like, not consistently, but they were hurting. Every time my contractions would hurt, I would time them just to make sure, because you want to know when you're going to go into the hospital, right? So I'm timing them. For 2 hours, they didn't get, like, consistent, like, back-to-back until 2 in the morning. So 2 in the morning is when I woke my boyfriend up and I took a shower. So that's what I did the last time. I woke him up. Hey, we might got to go to the hospital. Took a shower. He was up in between here and there. My boyfriend is very attentive when it came to that stuff, but, you know, he was tired. It was in the middle of the night, and he was still at work at this time. So I took a shower, sat there for a little bit. The contractions kept coming. So I knew, like, I was like, okay, I think I'm in labor. Called the doctor. They sent me in. So they sent me in, and they checked me, and I was only, again, I think 1 to 2 centimeters dilated. So I was doing a little something. My body was doing something. I knew something was off, though. But, of course, the doctors is not going to admit you until you are, I think it's 4 or 5 centimeters. They're not going to do nothing. So that sucks, but it's just to prevent you from having a C-section. They want to prevent that as much as possible. So that's why they do that. But because the longer that you sit and you're not progressing, the more I think you can get, like, infections or something could go wrong. So then that's when they have to change you to C-section. A lot of times they don't want to do that. So I've been on this damn eyebrow forever. Oh my gosh. And then she had me to be walking. So I'm walking around 2 in the morning. Now, at this point, the contractions wasn't strong enough because I was still able. I couldn't talk through my contractions. They was painful. But I was still able to talk and still be, like, smiling and active in between contractions, which is another key thing. Like, when you're in that deep labor, you can't say shit. You're not going to do shit. Like, so I'm walking, trying to dilate myself. And we walked for a good little time or whatever. And I would have contractions and stuff like that. At this point, I called my mom because I knew I was in labor. I know my body. I knew what was going on. It wasn't no damn Braxton Hicks. And that damn sure wasn't false labor because it wouldn't stop. So I called my mom, and she had to come all the way from Delaware to come to us. So around 6 in the morning, my midwife finally came through, and they checked my cervix again. And I was still only at 1 to 2 centimeters. So they sent my ass home. And I was very pissy because I was in pain, but the pain was to come, baby, okay? Like, I was in pain, my labor was starting, but I ain't seen nothing yet, okay? So they gave me some sleeping pills because I was like, I want some medicine. They gave me some sleep pills, and that shit knocked me out. I don't know how long I was knocked out for. I want to say it was about like 4 to 6 hours. I got home, was knocked the fuck out. My mom got here, everything was cool. She was checking on me, she bought me breakfast or whatever. But when I woke up, this is how I knew I was still in labor. Like, I was really in labor. I woke up and I was still having contractions. So mind you, 12 in the morning was when my contractions started. I didn't go back to the hospital until 10 that night. So I'm having contractions all throughout the day, but they wasn't consistent enough for me to tell this late, like to go back and call them and be like, hey, I have to go to the hospital, because I knew they had to be 4 to 5 centimeters apart. So I'm taking my L-Wow bar now. So I knew that they wasn't going to admit me when I was not having consistent contractions. So I waited it out before, because I didn't want them to send me home again. Like, I was really against them sending me home again, because if they did, I was just going to keep coming back. So, and obviously they charge you every time you come back there, and like, that's a whole nother day, baby. My hospital bill, ridiculous. Anyway, even with, I have good insurance, so I waited and I waited and I waited. And so around 10 or whatever, they started getting real painful, and they was getting very close together. So that's when I was like, all right, I'm about to go back to the hospital. I took another shower because I didn't want to be stinky in labor, and I did not know how long I was going to be in labor for. And I was stinky during my pregnancy. Like, I wasn't one of them girls who like smell good. Like, no, I needed extra like soap and water. I had to shower like very often. I'm gonna probably talk about that in my hygiene video, but when I was pregnant, I was not normal with my smelling, okay? I just wasn't. So yeah, I took another shower. We all got in the shower. My boyfriend got in the shower, my mom got in the shower, so we can go and head to the hospital. So we head to the hospital, and she's like, all right, you're back again. And I'm like, yeah, come check me, Miss Girl. She checked me again, and I was still only 1 or 2. But she could tell that I was in pain and that I was just fucking like, just over it and not feeling the vibes. And she could tell that I was still in labor because I was having contractions all throughout the day. So she just, I didn't even know that they did this. But while she was checking my cervix, she stretched me. She didn't even tell me she was doing it. She had her hands inside me. First of all, cervix checks feel like they fisted you. So that kind of, it didn't hurt to me. Okay, it was just very uncomfortable. Like, it make you just, what are you doing? Like, I was tensing up and stuff. But when she stretched my cervix, I didn't know this was a thing. She stretched my fucking cervix. Boy, I hollered, okay? I was like, what the fuck? She was like, okay, I just stretched you to a 4. And I was like, okay. And then she was like, do you want me to send you home, or do you want to get induced with Pitocin and get your water broken? And we work your waters. So they was gonna break my waters first, and then if I wasn't progressing, they was gonna give me Pitocin. I'm like, now mind you, during my whole pregnancy, I was so against getting Pitocin, and I was so against getting induced. Like, I was like, I don't want to do no elective induction or anything like that. But because I had started my labor and she just wasn't progressing, and I just was not feeling good, I was just tired and just so miserable. I was literally crying at my house because I was in so much pain. And I labored by myself with no medicine for 10 fucking hours, okay? So I was in a lot of pain. I was very tired. I just was like, do it. So they admitted me. And I was so happy that they fucking admitted me. And after they broke my water, my contractions got really strong. So they come in to do the epidural. This part pissed me off so bad. So after I got admitted, I started to get really pissy. I'm not even gonna lie, because you know, my water had broke and I was in a lot of pain. The contractions was killing me, and I wasn't with being nice. So the man came in to do my epidural, and my baby's crying. She need a nap. The man came in to do my epidural. Okay, what are we gonna do for you today? And mind you, I'm like, you know what the fuck you doing? So why are you coming in here talking to me? Like, I was just so mad. He answering phone calls and shit, because I guess he was on call. He answering phone calls and all this other bullshit. And I'm just like, if this man don't give me my fucking medicine, Like, I was so ready to cuss him out. I'm in my head just like, bro, please, please. And the contractions was hitting. They was coming. And I'm just in so much pain. And so the nurse is like, you have to answer him. And I'm like, epidural. Just give me the epidural. Like, why is you playing? So the epidural, I think, was probably my most painful part of my labor. The epidural really, really hurt. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, nobody told me how much it hurt. I don't think I've ever seen anybody on TikTok talk about it. It was painful. And so with that being said, he did it. It's a lot of steps to it. I think it only take like 5 minutes, but when you experiencing that pain of the epidural, and you experiencing contractions and you can't move through the contractions, it feels like forever. But you know, he did it. It sends a shock through your leg. That was weird. I was like, what the hell? And that kind of hurt. I was screaming during my epidural. Like, that, I think that was the most painful part of my labor. I'm not even okay. Ooh. So after that, I got the epidural, and I was able to chill, but like, I wasn't able to talk how everybody else. Like, I thought with me having an epidural, I was gonna be able to like talk and be on my phone and stuff. No, I wasn't in my phone the whole time I was in labor, and I didn't really talk. It was just like, I wasn't in pain no more, but I think I was just so tired from, you know, them 10 hours that I didn't have no medicine, and then like me not being able to move my legs and stuff. I just wasn't in like a really cheery mood, and I was just really ready for my baby to come out. I was over it. I was just like, okay, get this thing out of me. Like, that's how I was feeling at that point. So time was flying by. Really wasn't paying attention to like time or anything like that. They was coming, they was checking me. So the next thing I remember is when I hit 8 centimeters, I threw up. That epidural was hurting my back. Like, it was very uncomfortable in my back, and my IV was very uncomfortable that they gave me. And I just wasn't feeling it. Like, I just was uncomfortable. So I told my boyfriend to turn me, and when he turned me, I started feeling hot and nauseous. And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't throw up my whole pregnancy. I threw up in labor though. I got a little baggie, throwing up. And all I ate during that time was a popsicle. So they came and checked me again at 10 centimeters. And they told me they wanted her to come down. They said if I feel any pressure to let them know. So I'm feeling this pressure, but they still wanted her to like come travel down. I was feeling that pressure or whatever, and I think they came in twice to check me because I said I was feeling pressure. And basically what that means is when you feel like you have to poop, that means that the baby is coming, right? But she wasn't really necessarily ready yet. With the epidural, you can still feel pressure, but you shouldn't feel like that much pain if it worked correctly. I didn't feel any pain anymore. I didn't even feel my contractions anymore. I was just sitting there, but I was just very uncomfortable with the place where they put the epidural and then my IV. Those were the things that was bothering me. And then when I was laying in the bed was just very like uncomfortable when I had to keep getting adjusted. And they had a peanut ball in between me for a very long time, I guess, to get your legs propped up and get you like to progress. So that's what I had going on. And finally, they came back in. They was like, okay, it's time to push. So I was at 10 centimeters, time to push. And I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? I actually got to push this baby out. So I'm like, I know if it's going to hurt. I heard about the ring of fire, so I was nervous about that. I didn't feel it. My epidural must have had some kick in it because I did not feel that shit at all. All I felt was the pressure of her coming out. They turned down my Pitocin when I was pushing because my contractions were coming too fast back to back. And they wanted to give me little breaks in between the pushing. So yeah, so they turned down my Pitocin and they had me pushing. And then eventually, when her head started to get like super close, I don't know if I told you, but I used the Morphe skin tint and the Neutrogena concealer. When it started to get like, her head started to get real close, they turned my Pitocin off completely. And they just let me say, okay, when I feel the contraction coming. And basically, when you feel that contraction coming, when the head's down there, that's when the baby is like, that's when you're supposed to push. You push with every contraction. So when you feel that pressure of the baby's head coming down, that's the contraction you're supposed to push. So that's when I was telling her. I pushed for 37 minutes. and I got that baby out. That last push though, I wanted to fight them. Okay, so my last contraction, I need a but my last push, she had me push I think 4 or 5 times, because that's when the baby's head was coming, and she said I was doing so good. Like my whole labor, they was telling me that I was doing real good. Like for somebody who's like a first time mom, I was doing that shit. She wasn't crying how they wanted her to be crying, and basically it was because she had like fluid, because she came out so fast she didn't have time to like not swallow it when she was in a birth canal. So that made me fucking nervous. They was like, page the NICU, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because like, you know, when they say the NICU, that means something's wrong. But they just put her on a CPAP, and then they give her, actually they let me do skin to skin before they brought the NICU in, and that's when I finally met her. And I'm gonna insert that video.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it, girl. I know. They bother you. Yeah.
Yeah, they bother
Tell me
her.
about it.
Say good job, Mama. Good job.
Good job.
She was all compressed, and look at those little feet. See, I mean, must have been up.
You mad?
Man. Yeah, I'm making you cry. That's okay. That's all right. All on video for you. Stretch those little legs out.
And she was gorgeous. She was so beautiful. I got so many compliments on her at the hospital. I guess they see a lot of, I don't want to say ugly babies, but I guess they see a lot of ugly babies come through. But they was like, she is gorgeous. Like, she's a beautiful baby. And like, people was gassing my head up. But my baby is, she's beautiful. Like, she's very, very pretty. Of course, I'm gonna say that because I'm my mom, but you know, me personally, I just think she is just perfect. My nurses were fucking amazing. I loved them. Each and every one I had were just so supportive, and they were so loving. My midwife, even though initially I did not like my midwife when I had doctor's appointment for her, because I felt like she was very dismissive. She was one of them old nurses, but she had been doing it for a long time, and it was kind of just like she just dismissed my feelings a lot when it came to like my concerns and stuff like that, and I really didn't like that. But when she was delivering, she was so supportive, and she really like everybody I had around me, because I had my boyfriend and my mom when I was pushing. They just made the experience just perfect. Like, they were so supportive. Come on, push, you could do it, you could do it. And then I think them last couple of pushes, I was very like wanting to give up. Like when she was about to come out, I was wanting to give up. When your baby is about to come out, like when your baby's head is right there, the pressure is like insane. I felt her head, and then you just feel a bunch of parts fall out your body. That's the best way I can explain it. It almost feels like your water is breaking, but with body parts falling out. And then she came out, and it was a very beautiful experience. Like when it was over, I was very traumatized because I was in like so much pain. I was like, what the fuck did just happen? Like, that's kind of how I was feeling. But now 3 weeks later, I would do it all over again. I would definitely do it all over again, just not right now, maybe in a couple years. I will say though, visitors in the hospital, I probably wouldn't do that again, because they actually, like when I was healing and stuff, it was just very annoying. And take advantage of the lactation consultants. They helped me a lot with my breastfeeding. So my baby is strictly, I don't know why I'm trying to use that mirror. My baby is strictly breastfed, and those lactation consultants were so helpful and helping me to make sure my breastfeeding was on that. And my baby, she has a good latch. I have a good milk supply, and I even had a good milk supply in the hospital. That does not happen to a lot of women, but that happened to me. I'm gonna just say, just don't be discouraged when you're breastfeeding, because a lot of people really will discourage it. But my hospital actually pushed breastfeeding. I was gonna do it anyway, but they actually pushed breastfeeding. They really, really wanted you to do it. But the doctors that she goes to now, they are, you know, formula pushers, and I'm like, no, I'm not putting her on formula. They got a 2nd-degree tear from giving birth to her. Yeah, it was painful. When they stitched me up, I did not feel that either. I just seen the stitches, and I'm like, did I tear? She was like, yep, 2nd degree. And I also she said it was a skin tag, not a hemorrhoid, but I don't know. I developed a hemorrhoid when I got home from the hospital, so I still had I still had some issues. My first pee was in the bed. They gave me a bedpan, and she literally had me sit up and pee in the bed. The bedpan in the bed, because I couldn't walk after my epidural for a little bit. She didn't want me to fall or anything like that, so that's how she did it for me. She was very, very helpful. And that first pee is just a lot of blood, because you have a lot of fluids coming out of you, and you do bleed a lot. I bled a lot, but you know, watch for your blood and stuff like that. Your doctors will tell you all of that. I'm not gonna get into that. Not the like my favorite thing, like healing and having visitors. I just felt was just like so annoying, because I'm trying to get adjusted to being a new mom and stuff like that, and you know, people coming in to see her was just annoying. Even though I love my family, but it was an annoying thing. Like as a first time mom, it's very annoying. I don't know, but I think with my next kid, if I do have another kid, it'll be like, I don't think I'm gonna have visitors, because I just want peace and quiet, honestly. After all of that, I was in labor for 30 hours, y'all. 30 freaking hours. 10 hours unmedicated. No, 24, almost 24 hours unmedicated. I don't know why I said 10 earlier. That was 24. It was 24 hours almost unmedicated, and then the rest I did with the epidural. Listen, it's not no joke. Like, it's really not no joke. The people you have by your bed is very important. So if that person is not gonna be supportive of you while you're in that bed, then my boyfriend slept during labor too. I know this is like a big hot debate for whatever reason. He slept during the labor. My mom slept. We all fucking slept, because we ain't gonna be getting no sleep for the rest of our damn lives. So why would you not let them sleep? Like, he was there when I was in pain. When I woke him up, he would get his ass up and he would take care of me, but he slept, and I had absolutely no problem with it. Like, I don't know why that's a big debate, honestly. I really don't. And when I was pushing and stuff, he was sensitive, so that's all that matters. I don't know. I had a beautiful experience though. It was painful, I'm not gonna lie. It was definitely painful, but I would do it all over again. I would do it all over again. Hold on, the last time this squirted weird. Also, the epidural, people talk about it giving you back pain, and I do have long-lasting back pain. I don't know if it's from my posture when I was pregnant, because it literally just feels like how my back felt when I was pregnant. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I'm gonna have to suffer through that pain, because there was no way in hell I was doing it without medicine. No way in hell. Like, I think the people who do it without medicine, they are goated. My mom did it 3 times without medicine. I could never, baby. It was hurting. Okay, I was in a lot of pain. Even after the epidural, I was still like just not feeling life. So, but like I said, I would definitely do it all over again. It was a beautiful thing. Like, to bring somebody into this world is just beautiful. Your service providers do matter too. When you are in that predicament, it's like a life or death situation. So you really need to make sure that your doctors are going to take care of you. I was nervous about the hospital I went to, because the ER for that hospital fucking sucks, but their labor and delivery unit is everything. And my OB that I had, they are amazing. Like, they're definitely amazing. I'm gonna keep visiting them for like regular OB appointments, because I don't know if I can, because they kind of do pregnancy. I don't know. I would love to keep seeing the same people though, if I could. But yeah, all of that stuff matters. It's gonna tone down. Don't mind the bush. All of that stuff really does matter when you're like, but yeah, she was 6 pounds 8.8 ounces. In the first couple of days in the hospital, she lost only 3 ounces, which was really good. And that's really good, period. But that's really, really good for a breastfed baby, because normally babies lose a lot more. Next, bear with me. I use my Maybelline Fit Me, and I use my e.l.f. Sheer Tint Finishing Powder. And then I use for blush the LA Girl Soft Matte Cream Blush. I love that. That's my favorite. And then I'm about to use this Wet n Wild highlighting powder. She was 18.5 inches. I don't know if there's like, I don't really know about the height, But I know like her being 6 pounds was big. Thank God, because she didn't come out with a big head like I thought she was. But now, like now that we're out of the hospital and stuff like that, her head is big. Like, baby, she got a big head. But when I was pushing her out, it was not that big. So thank God for that, because I don't know if I could do no big head right now. For pushing her out, I don't know. Now the second time, we don't know how this gonna go, but gave her all her vaccinations and whatever. I think they gave her hepatitis B and her vitamin K shot. I mean, the vitamin K in the eyes or whatever. I gave her all of that stuff. We did have problems with jaundice in the hospital, but the reader was just off. And you know, you're very emotional postpartum too, so I cried, baby. It was just a lot. But other than that, it was a really good experience. We're gonna put on some mascara and then I'm gonna wrap up this video. This is my first time doing makeup in a really long time. I have not done my makeup in a while because I had the baby almost a month ago, and it's been a while before that. I don't know when the last time. I think the last time I did my makeup was for my baby shower, and that was in October. So yeah. This is the Nika K. Is that her name? Yeah, Nika K mascara. I got this from the hair store, and it's actually one of my favorite mascaras. Like, drugstore be eating. Don't spend millions of dollars on no damn mascara. The only expensive mascara that I actually have is from Milk, and I really used to like that one, but I honestly use it that much anymore. Because I used to do makeup all the time, but I don't really do it that much. But I am going to get back into filming, which means I'm probably going to get back into, like, really, like, beating my face and doing stuff, like, really get back into like feeling like me. I don't have nobody like taking over my body anymore, so that's always great. And like I said, I want to get back into doing like just filming videos and doing vlogs and days of my lives and all that other stuff. Get ready with me. So like I said, I hope everyone is having a fabulous Christmas, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow my Instagram and my TikTok, because I have a lot of mommy and pregnancy content coming on there too. Have a blessed day, Merry Christmas, and thank you for watching.